Alrighty, wait, you're here. Hello there. I am just gonna test to make sure that everything works as it should, and if it does, we can get to work. So today it's gonna be mostly a level design, making environment. It's gonna probably take some serious time, so it's gonna be a long stream, pretty chill, little bit brain dead maybe. We will see about that. Right. Let's see, wait, that's not it. Let's find it here. Okay, yeah, I think I am hearing myself, which would be good. So let me just share it on the Discord and we can get to work. Right. Alright. I disabled the music for the stream, so anyone can listen to their own music, kind of a thing, which I kind of like, because hey, I don't have to be worried about some legal consequences of listening accidentally to something, and I can listen to whatever I want, and you can listen to whatever you want, and you can have my beautiful voice along with it. So that's a thing. So what we are doing today is setting up a dojo for new mode for SuperSword. And when I'm talking about it, I am looking for playtesters for SuperSword, the VR game currently on Oculus Quest that my studio is working on. So if you are interested, there is a link in the description. You can join that and get on playing. But here we can actually get into doing something interesting. So let's see. I really like this as a base, so I am definitely gonna use it as a base, but we'll need some serious rebuilding. So first of all, there is a lot of unnecessary materials. Let's see, I think I should have here even some references. Let me see. No, never mind. Gonna put up some references, that's always good. So let's find here I think that particularly the inspiration for this mode will be dojo mode from the Matrix, the original. So let's try to put it in here. I think there is a good, this is a good shot for it. So let's just put it here with the pure ref. By the way, if you are looking for a short app for quick references, not much better than pure ref. That software is pretty amazing. Alright. Let me just set it up. Oh wait, there it is. Right, so here I got the reference. Just gonna maybe put it on the side and keep it right here. Alright, now let's see what we can do with it. I really like the center, maybe would refactor it a little bit to make it bigger. I am somewhat annoyed that this floor doesn't really have any polygons on it. It's just a flat texture, which does not really suit my purpose too much. So gonna have to start with that, since I'm gonna be using unlit material on all of that with my own shader custom for a quest. Mostly for performance reasons. I made a whole stream and I will make a huge tutorial video about how to make a material based lighting, because it's a very old technique. There's nothing revolutionary about it, but it's something that's very useful for something like Quest. You can get much better results than with real-time lighting. That's way too difficult to render. Okay, what's this thing? that does it have a parallax lighting? Yeah, it does. Okay. But I mean, that could be just reworked if needed. I kind of like the center being still with food, so I'm probably gonna keep it here. Why am I using Unreal 4? Because Unreal 5 is it's not ready, it's laggy, buggy, and overall not ready for any serious development unless you really need some of their new features, which I don't. I think we can use this as a base. Let's see. How does the bottom look like? Yeah. And ideally, we could also combine it with some planks. Wait, how heavy is it actually, though? Oh, that's very light. Okay, that's really nice. So let's start by replacing this. I'm actually thinking about maybe trying to put that actual water. It could be doable. I mean, not transparent water, but this water is not transparent either. So let's see, how is that water set up? They have a model for it here. Water noise mesh, something along these lines. That could be done. Let's see, do I have here actually this water? No, or is it part of the landscape? Is it actually painted? It would be interesting. Alright, let me just show you, not show you, but let me see what kind of material they are using for the water. It's the world location camera position based transparent material with absolute world position, color it takes from here. What's the overall cost is pretty low. Is there something that won't be supported on UE, on Quest, in Android Renderer? Well, on Vulkan specifically. World position is fine. Pixel depth is not gonna work, and scene depth, because I'm pretty sure those are using layers that are not supported without post-processing. But I could probably just scrap it for the important stuff and then just rework it. Why does it even need the depth field? Is that this material? I don't see here any other, so it's probably gonna be the case. Alright, let's start by replacing this. Put it on the bottom. And do something like this. And I'm thinking about maybe scaling it a little bit so it has bigger space in the middle. Let's try that. Think along these lines. Could move this whole thing back. I'm afraid that I'm gonna have to rework the texture. That's it's definitely using some sort of a world location related scaling that I am not gonna use. So I'm gonna have to fix that, but I can leave that for later. That's not the issue right now. Alright, let's try it. It's still not square, not really, but that's fine. We don't really need it to be perfect square. Just need it to be a bit more squarish. Let's try maybe something along these lines as well. I really like the hand-painted feel of it though, that's really nice. Let's see. I did something along these lines, and how am I gonna scale it? I could do this as a mid space in between. But I'm even thinking about maybe replacing the middle with like a ladder thing. Oh, that's not the middle. Let's say some sort of a ladder. Not necessarily what I meant by ladder, but you get the idea. Gonna have to scale it a bit more though. Let's see how it will look when you actually put it in VR. But you never know these things until you try them. Actually, there is some overlapping, so let's fix that. Just gotta be really careful here with how many actual materials I'm using. Because we gotta keep the watch on the draw course. That could get pretty heavy. Alright, let's see. How are we gonna do that? Are we gonna scale them up or try to fit here another one? I think we can scale it up. Yeah, let's try something along these lines. Alright. I think this is a bit better. Right, we're gonna keep the stairs here. Stairs are important. Alright, these things stay for sure, so we're gonna keep them here. But I would like to rework these doors, because I want to have these windows way bigger. And possibly get rid of these, probably. Not sure. In terms of performance, does the size of the asset matter? For example, is it better to stretch a floor tile to fill a space, or is it better to use many individual tiles? Also, hello, redneck cells. It depends what you are doing. It's not really one fit answer. Depends what you are optimizing for. Using another model means adding draw calls, very likely 2 draw calls. So that's not good. You definitely should avoid that. Depends on the platform as well. But you can also just add there a model and then merge it together, which is what I'm gonna do in the end. I'm not gonna actually keep models like this. I'm gonna then merge them together. Which we have here, which will turn all that into one material. So which will turn all this into a one model, so it does not really matter. I answered that. There is no reason for me to use Unreal Engine 5. Unreal 5 does not give you any benefit at the moment when developing for low-end platform, and arguably you have some quite serious disadvantages when using high-end platform as well. It's just not ready, especially if you are trying to stay on the newest version of Unreal. Let's see. I want to have here this like a huge window, kinda like this. Let's see if we can put it there. Let's see, do we have like even better windows? That would be great. This whole thing will be actually in the spaceship, so we gotta keep that in mind. Oh, let's see, we have these things. This could be better for windows actually. How is it set up? Is it partly transparent? But I could fix that. And these are actually modeled, right? Which is much better for me. So let's say that I'm gonna replace it with some sort of a color. Let's do just this to give it the right feeling. Let's look at our reference. This is very similar to what we are doing. We can get this thing in. We can get this half transparency on Quest. So that would be one thing, but it's a step in the right direction. So Have you ever thought about making a Unity VR? No, I don't use Unity, and I'm not planning to. No reason to do that. And there are pretty good resources when making a game in Unity, to be fair. Hello, Peanut. There's Valem, which is a pretty very capable developer in with Unity. So whenever if you wanna betray everything you find good, you can switch to Unity and then learn from him. Just no problem with that. No place for me to. And I'm also not that competent in Unity. Not enough to teach it, so not really a reason for me to do that. Let's first of all get rid of the roof, actually. I'm gonna get very likely rid of most of these and just create here some basic scaling. I want to have here just like 2 floors and then completely open roof, because above it will be like a how is it called? The space like sphere. Alright, I agree that was pretty shitty description, but it's gonna. We will see when we will get there. But I can actually show you. I'm probably gonna just rework. Just not even rework. I'm just gonna steal from the droid training this capsule and just put it on top. You can think about it as like different room in that spaceship. Hello. How do you know how to make gorilla tag locomotion in Unreal Engine 5? That's incredibly simple, no matter which Unreal Engine you are using. And I don't really want to support anything gorilla tag. There has been enough gorilla tag things. So that's probably no. I do want to experiment with a lot of different category, a lot of different kinds of locomotions. So I think I even did a tutorial for echo-like locomotion, but it could probably I could probably revisit it and make it again. So that's not a bad idea. Let's see. How do you get those VR assets? I gotta make a game too in VR. Download them from the, well, not download, but buy them from the Unreal Engine Marketplace. That's probably the best way. Or if you wanna make them yourself, you can, of course, make them always yourself. I rarely do make my own assets. Yeah, I just tend to adjust the ones I have a bit. But that's usually the degree of it. I have to raise it actually commonly for all the sides. You gotta pick what you are gonna focus on, because as I'm gonna assume most people here are indie developers, then you can't really spend your time on everything. So you have to decide what will you focus on. You can either like spend a lot of time and make really great 3D models and spend less time on gameplay and on story, or you can spend more time on gameplay and less on assets. Or you can develop for 5 years, right? And that's also an option. Meanwhile, the Quest 6 will be released and, oh, that's probably not. And then you are good. Let's try something like this. Bit too low, I think. We'll have to raise it up, but I'm not gonna use that many of these windows. I'm maybe gonna get rid of these completely, actually. Alright, let's try this. I don't like that it's not centered. I'm gonna probably have to fix that completely. But we shall see. I'm gonna probably have to put it in Blender and just rework it a tiny bit anyway, so I can do that later. Let me see. Around here looks good. And we don't want this thing here. I'm using it to get these. Okay, gotcha. In that case, I'm just gonna have to move this forward. Let's take this one with us. Something along these lines. I think that's better. Alright, now I see this concrete instance is really nice. So how about I try to combine it with these kind of windows. So it was M1 concrete. Let's put it there. Wait, does copying here works or is it messed up again? No, it does not. Alright, so let's get here a material. Concrete. There we go. Look at that. This is nice. Alright. That's getting closer to what I imagined. Let's see if I have here just this simple one. Concrete. Oh, come on. Stop lying to me. Wait, can I just concrete? Did I go crazy? No, concrete. Pretty sure that's what I wrote. Concrete. What the hell? Let's see. Unbelievable. That was embarrassing. Let's not talk about this. Right. So we can keep this in here. Let's say just connect it here from the side. Could use something on the side. Oh, come on, stop moving away. Goddamn crap. And probably add there some wood, some planks that will help fix it up. But it should work great. I can actually probably just try to replace it. Let's see, Control-C, Control-V. And okay, you know what? First things first. Let's replace this concrete with the same concrete. And I do concrete 03 for both sides. I could just delete the other one, but hey, we will get there when we get there. Alright, take this, and the model we are looking for is glass 06. There we go. Let's see, something like this. I wanted to scale this down. No, I think this is pretty good. Let's see, we try to replace it with the other ones. How does that look? Maybe a better idea, honestly. We do have some beams that we could use as connections. But the upper, yeah, we gotta fix the upper side and then the bottom side. Well, let's try this. Let's try to make it work. Then you get this pretty nice uninterrupted walls. And the only thing we got to fix is our wooden beam. Just making sure we are keeping the same material. It's gonna be quite important once we merge it all together. Alright, I think that's not bad. Let's see if we can continue with it. Let's get rid of this for now. And make these transitions a bit smoother. Alright, gotta keep in the pillars. I like the pillars. So we're gonna keep them in. And we're later gonna make this wheel. I could actually maybe do it right away. That's probably gonna be easier. So alright, give me... Oh wait, there is one that's centered. Let's see. There we go. That's much better. I would still prefer to upscale it, because I think it was suited better. But this is good enough for now, actually. Alright, I can keep this in. Let's move the stairs on the side. And the stairs, am I gonna get rid of them, or should they? No, I think I'm gonna keep them here. Got to think about the performance. So, alright, what's the... Why does it have so many wood materials? This is such a waste. Sheesh, people really can't manage materials today. Is this the same one? Wood, building wood, yes. Oh, come on. No, why not? I wonder what happened with that copy feature, with that just copy feature. It's very handy, and for some reason it just doesn't seem to work very well for a lot of materials. Okay, we can put it on the center one apparently. But if... Oh, set the wrong one. Oh, not this, but this one should be good. But let's make sure to keep a check on what are all the materials we are using. So we have here building wood 1 and building wood 3. And if I am not mistaken, this one is using wood 1 and wood 3 exactly. I think we can do pretty much everything just with them. So let's switch these to one of them. Let's try this one. And they don't have the actual scaling, which I kind of expected, but that's fine. That's quite fine. We are gonna just keep on working on it for now and fix that later. So let's get rid of rest of the roof. It's a bunch of unnecessary stuff. Alright, that's good. And we can probably get rid of that. Is that outside? Yeah, that's annoying. I don't like that they made it this way. How big are... Oh, damn, that's a lot of materials. A lot of... Who the hell made this? This should have been all just one texture. Let's see. How big is it? It's not horrible, but we can do better than that. So we are definitely gonna have to replace them. That's our MI wooden texture 1, right? It's the same texture. Let's check it. Yes. Alright, so let's start by moving the second floor a little bit lower. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to replace these, but that's fine, we can do that later. Let's just take these fences and put them lower. Nice red eye, thank you, whatever that means. Let's see. Do I have all of them now? Let's try it. Yeah, seems like it. Yeah, alright, so let's try to lower it enough so we match with the ground wooden colors right here. Let's see, is it matching? Ah, it's a bit lower even now. Right around here. Very good. And we are just gonna bring these parts closer. And then very likely replace them. But let's not tell them about that quite yet. Ah, where is my... Oh, come on, there we go. Alright, that's nice. Player is gonna be the whole time right here in the mid space, so it's doesn't really matter that you can see. It's actually more important you can see that there is at least something. So this is good. And let's see what kind of material we can use for this. For some reason this is using concrete from the outside. We don't want that. We want to use from the outside the same mesh. So we have our wood, one instance, so let's use this one. Right. Ah, it's the other one apparently. So wood for instance. Yep. Alright. I think we can just use it to all of them, honestly. And then just replace those that are not using it at the moment. This is all gonna be... You know what, it's actually easier for me to do it just with the one side and then get rid of the other side and then delete the other sides and replace them with this one, because I don't want that many windows on the bottom part anyway. So that's a thing. Let's get just rid of it. Alright, that's better. And I don't have a particular use for these outside, so let's just get rid of them as well. And I don't think we need this either. Let's see, how is it gonna look from the side? Yeah, we will replace it with something easier. Oh. Like I said, the player is gonna be in the center the whole time, so we don't really care that he doesn't know what's outside. It's important to have the really great point of view on everything from one point and from one perspective, and then the rest doesn't matter at all. It's never gonna be inside. I'll probably keep it here though, because it's gonna at least give us a chance of another material. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see, comrades. Alright. I like this circular material, circular pillars for as a support between first and second floor. So I'm gonna keep them here probably, and then yeah, I'm gonna keep the regular pillars here, and then the round pillars from the endings of it here. I think that's gonna be pretty nice. See, right now you can just get rid of it. Not needed at all. You don't need any of this. Okay, I think that's gonna be good. Alright, now let's see. We wanna move this wall to all the sides. What's this thing here? Alright. Oh wait, why is this still here? Get out, all of you. Oh, actually I can maybe keep the... Okay, yeah, I shouldn't have deleted it probably. This one was fine. I just wanna get rid of these. I can... Oh, I should replace them with these new ones anyway, so I can do that. Alright, let's try that. So when do we have ending here? There we go. It's gonna make the space a little bit smaller and a little bit easier on the eye, which is exactly what we are going for. And then we are gonna hide these connections with pillars. Or actually, no, we can just hide this whole thing. It makes it even easier. All right. The video is really helpful. Have you ever made a short video with small scene to show all the video is really how? I don't understand. How you ever want you make a short video from the small scene? Show all the needed bells and whistles. I am sorry, I don't super understand. If you're asking whether I made ever like a scene just for short movies in Unreal, then yeah, quite a few times actually. It's a pretty popular use of Unreal. Unreal has been used so much in filmmaking lately, it's kind of scary. Well, not scary, but kind of crazy that a game engine is now used for VFX so much. Alright, now let's bring these two forward. Is there anything on the bottoms that should make the transition better? No, but we can make it ourselves, that's fine. Let's see. This is pretty good. Let's see, do we have these? Now, I actually kind of like the simplicity, so I'm probably gonna get rid of... Unless I wanna use it for transitions, maybe? I was thinking about doing just a regular... How does it look? Nah, probably not. Yeah, I gotcha, man, but... I'm still not super sure what you what you mean. If you mean like making a scene just for filmmaking, then yeah, that's actually super common. Alright, let's use these small ones for the sides here. Oh, it's just one-sided. That's amazing. All right. I think we can keep this part. This I think is actually pretty nice. And I would maybe move it even forward a bit. And keep it flat on the other side. Probably gonna look better. I think like this. Yes, yes. Very nice. I mean, we can match it there. Let's see around here. And just match it from both sides. And it's using a wooden texture? No. Is that... Oh yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I'm gonna replace this in a bit. Hello, this is wonderful. Thank you kindly. How are you doing? Dachshin Ula? I hope Ula is a good way how to pronounce it. What are you working on? I'm always pretty interested in what people here are working on. Alright, let's put the same tiles on it. So here we had our wooden board 3. Let's put on the wooden board 3. Wooden board 3. Was it this one? Hopefully. Yes, indeed. I wanna do it on both of them. So let's just put it all in here. Let's try something along these lines. Well, lines, literally. Actually, I wanted to make it smaller here, right? Yeah. You can do tiny bit wider. I know what, let's do it to the end. That's gonna be easier than trying to mess around here. Alright. We'll have to replicate it on the other side, but we will get there. Don't worry, guys. Let's end it on the center at the moment, actually, because that's gonna make it easier for us to copy it later. So let's do it here. Okay, the texture is set up quite right, so we can just copy it and hope we are not gonna lose much once we change shaders. And here we gotta prolong it too much. Yeah, it's scaling the texture, which is good. These flat textures are really nice because you can scale it in one direction. You don't really lose much of the details, which makes it much easier to work with. Alright, there we go. And let's now copy the halves. There we got some overlapping. Let's fix that. See? That's better. And now we can just steal the whole thing and copy it, except this is kind of long. Is it better if I just scale it all up? Let's just try it first, and maybe we'll find some model to use to hide it. Alright. We actually want to take the pillar with us as well. Thank you kindly. I'm gonna take this pillar. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and now right click on it and we can just reverse it on the correct axis, ideally. Last time the rat luck, well, it's literally 1 of 3 times, so does not really speak to my intelligence getting it for the 3rd time. Alright. That's a bit too much. Let's try to match it. Alright. I think this is nice. Let's see, we got the center approximately here. Gonna have to scale this one up a tiny bit. It shouldn't really, you shouldn't be really able to tell the difference, to be honest. I think that's nice, and it's not much of a difference, we can just hide it. I am quite happy with how is it shaping yet so far. Alright, I like this. This is not bad. Alright. How are we gonna continue with that? Maybe I'm gonna change my mind about the center though. It could be better not to put here stars and just put it slightly higher, slightly lower. Let's see, let's try that. Well, we'll see. You know what, these things can be changed later. Let's just keep it like this for now. And here, what's this? Let's change it. I know that I put it there, but I wanna change it. Alright, I wanna actually just put that probably a blank. Let's see. Show me these walls. There's something similar to this. Oh yeah, there we go. Exactly this. Thank you kindly. I can always scale up, you know, but we gotta feel the performance. So many materials on one object. Why are people doing that? Very, very bad idea. What is this? Okay. Alright, so the center is the concrete. And the sides is wooden one. That's probably from the outside, right? Oh no. Oh, there's like a middle in between. I could actually probably do that. Let's try to see how it looks like. We'll see. Let's try to put there wood. Ah, wait, I can't put that wood like that. So we would have to, no. I see, it has kind of weird UVs, so it's gonna be probably easier to just keep it like this rather than like this. Let's see how it would look like even after scaling up. Something along these lines. Probably not. Just put there this. That's probably more like it. Alright guys, how are you doing? Is there anyone who's not chatting? Just if you have some interesting topic you are interested in, you wanna talk about, just bring it up and we can chat about it. If you are working on some interesting game, go ahead and tell me about it. I would love to know. I was thinking about doing some sort of a like a game design slash slash review critique on the stream. So if there was eventually enough people that are into that and interested, we could do like playing the game on stream, maybe getting some feedback, and hopefully that could help everyone to like get to know about your game, and then also getting some feedback to make the game better. Tutorial for game level design, but short and bullet point style for beginners, because I recently shifted to UI 4 and I'm new to Unreal. I mean, I think that level design tutorials are generally pretty pointless, because what exactly are you trying to accomplish? Like, Are you trying to learn tools? In that case, just look at tutorials for Unreal Engine Editor. That's everything you need. And then just start building levels. There's nothing, no tutorial is gonna help you unless you want to make some specific things. And in that case, it's probably easiest to follow along the some specific level design, because a bunch of people are making like a how is it called? Like a speed level designs. So I would try to follow that. It could be probably interesting. And other than that, I wouldn't really try to overthink it like this. You don't really need like a level design tutorial. Just make levels. That's usually that's what you gotta do. Usually people think that it's people usually overthink it, but like, dude, what are you actually trying to accomplish? Then just figure out a way how to do that as fast as you can, or like the most straightforward way, and do that. Don't really have to get stuck in making tutorials all the time or watching tutorials all the time. Alright, let's put this up. I'm probably gonna get rid of these for now. Do I want to have a window for each of them? I think it would kind of make sense, right? To have a window for each world side. Let's try that. Let's see how it would look like. Oh, there are the smaller ones. Okay, that actually may be better, since I can have like two huge windows on the opposite sides. And then smaller windows on the sides for the left and right. That could actually look maybe possibly pretty good. Let's see. There we go. See, bunch of unnecessary stuff. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Let's see, actually, let's get a feel for it when it is there and when it's not there. I'm more on the side of just, yeah, I'm gonna put it away, never mind. No questions asked, it's just gonna be gone. Alright, let's get back to window here. And we had here one that's a lower one. Let's actually maybe just copy it and change it in here. Maybe keeping it even the same. Let's see. Oh, what about something like this? I think we could find some cool use for this. Yeah, look at that. This is really nice. Let's scale these up a tiny bit. You won't really be able to tell. If it's not a room, no wall, make it like an open style. Look for falling. Yeah, I know. I said it before. There's gonna be huge top. It's gonna be open, and there is gonna be the whole temple is gonna be actually in a spaceship. So don't worry, man. I have a plan right from start to end. Let's keep this here. I could just probably hit double pole. Let's see. And when I mess up the lighting too much. And let's see, we could actually make it look like it's a step inside. I mean, I wonder how the detail will look with my shader on, but we will see. We shall see, comrades, we shall see. I think along these lines. Let's try that. That's nice. Put it on both sides. Look at that. This is nice. How are we gonna end with these though? How about we just try to lower it and end them around there. Let's see actually. Maybe keep it here and just scale it down for now. Hello, LP Rizwan. How are you doing, man? What are you working on? What kind of magical experience and game are you making? Or movie or whatever you are doing with Unreal? Like this. I don't know. It's good. I'm doing well, quite well enough to say so. I am working on a new level for a VR fitness game my studio is working on. So that's a thing. Looking for beta testers, by the way, for this for new modes. So if anyone here has a Quest 2 and wanna do some playtesting, you can check out the link in the description and either join the Discord or just look into the game directly. There's a link as well, so you can try to do that. I will be always very helpful to have some playtesters. That's something that I think we should really work on, is to get better feedback from players, because getting feedback from people is very difficult. It may not seem like it, but it is very difficult, because most feedback kind of sucks. So you kind of have to learn how to filter it and just get only the good one, and don't waste too much time with the bad one. I definitely this looks worked. No, I don't speak Urdu. What languages do I speak? I speak Czech, I speak English, somewhat. I can understand Russian, Polish, and a little bit of Swedish, and that's about it. And some like other Slavic languages that I probably could understand quite well as well. But no Urdu. Alright, let's see this side. see what we're gonna put up there. Let's just put that honestly this. Gonna make it easier. Yeah. Alright, let's see that. I'm just gonna copy it, it'll be faster. Alright, I think it's starting to form into something interesting. Let's see. I like these things, but I'm gonna have to replace them because I don't need this whole dance around them. No, these windows. Let's see, we have here this and this angles. I see you guys are there talking about something. I'm gonna pretend I don't see that, so you enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourselves. It's funny. I actually it's somewhat interesting and funny that a lot of people from India are watching my channel. That's the like after Hindu. Hindu is the second most common language of people who watch my YouTube, which is interesting to say the least. Because I mean I don't have I don't speak Hindu at all, and I don't have anything in the language that people would understand. But it is the thing, and it's so I think it's so interesting because because usually you know that meme that like everyone has the teacher has the Swedish this Indian YouTuber or from Pakistan. Okay, that's also interesting. Usually people have this like they look at this Indian YouTuber who teaches him all the math and programming tutorials, and it seems like all those Indians are learning it from me. I'm supporting all the Indians that there later support all the other countries. I don't know, I'm just making it up right now, but it's pretty hilarious. From Pakistan, that's interesting. Let's keep it here for now actually. Alright, so we want this first. Hey guys, what are people mostly from here? Guys in the chat, where are you from? Let's I can actually I'm gonna use this interactive phase. I can ask you all globally question. There we go. Alright, how is our reference looking? Well, I ain't saying we are matching it perfectly, but we are not doing a bad job. Not that I'm trying to match it perfectly, but hey. Pakistan. How is the game dev industry in Pakistan? Is it are there many studios? I can't really think of a game from Pakistan specifically. So, or maybe I know and I just don't know it's from Pakistan. So, do you have any? I would love to be educated about that. So, do you have any like popular studio or something that I may know about? Because, for example, there's a lot of I'm from Czech Republic originally, and there is actually a lot of like studios and games that are from Czech Republic originally, and people just probably don't know about, or like don't know that they are from Czech Republic. Like for example, well, now I can't even think about anything. So, Black Hole, no, damn, how was that game called? It's like an arcade jumper with changing gravity. Is it Black Hole? No, can't remember. I think right now. And then Kingdom Come Deliverance, Arma, Mafia, all these like pretty big games. So Operation Flashpoint, Daisy originally. Well, that's arguable, but yeah. Hello, I want to explain online team and respawn. I have no clue what you are talking about. I thought this is not a tutorial stream. I usually just work and then put on the stream so people can watch, or if they have some questions, you can ask the questions as well. But this is never gonna be a like a dedicated tutorial. So I'm gonna do a dedicated tutorials as well, but not right now. And I don't think this is actually quite centered. Let's try to center it. Say around here. This feels better. Tiny bit maybe. But if you're looking for some online resources, then I know that I have to do a multiplayer tutorial. That is, I have made a multiplayer game, so I have some idea how it should work. I just haven't gotten around to that, like in 1,000 different topics that I want to make tutorial on, and it's just haven't gotten to it quite yet. You know, a shame. I'm very ashamed. Especially now with Epic Online Services being so accessible to everyone. It's a shame. I know. Shame. A shame. Right, let's try to raise the floor. I do not mean now, in the future. I'm one of the... yeah, I am planning to do proper multiplayer, whether VR or just regular PC tutorial, like how to make a VR game, how to make a multiplayer games. I know that's a topic that's very much requested, and I do plan to do that eventually, once, I promise. But these topics I really gotta always prepare for, and like really make sure that I don't say any nonsense, because sadly enough there is a lot of people making tutorials who, how would I say it without insulting anyone, don't really do a proper research. And I have also been sometimes just stupid and made and released and set on tutorial stuff that are not necessarily true, that I wouldn't change, which part of it is like, yeah, you get older, you not get older, but you work more and you learn more about how things actually should work, and then you do that. But hey, that's how it is, and we all gotta deal with that. Why is that one just from one side though? I was so excited about it before, but now I'm just gonna a bit more disappointed than anything else. So yeah, for a lot of the tutorials, I can actually like have to do a bunch of research and something. It's not just if I want to do and make a good tutorial and like tutorial that I know will help people years later. I really got to spend time preparing for it and like make sure that I don't say anything that's too nonsensical and it's too wrong. Because that's can happen and that's not uncommon on YouTube. And multiplayer is one of those things that arguably is even a bit controversial with how things should be done. Right, like this. Let's delete this. Right, KGF2 movie? I don't know what that is. KGF? What the hell is that to me? Never heard of it. Oh wait, is that like a Rocky new movie? No. What the hell is that? Why does it say Rocky? No clue, man. Never watched that. Let me see. Rock Pie. I have no clue. It sounds interesting though. Would be probably up for at least checking it out. Your favorite hero. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's see what we're gonna do with this for. We're gonna replace it with with the same thing as we have here. So buy, and buy, and also you. Guess what? Buy. So let's lock it completely for now, and then I'm gonna rework their proper entrance later. Right now, let's just exit it. Let's do something like this. No, not this, ideally. Is that like a not a superhero movie, but like a kung fu movie kind of a thing? Or maybe if you say something like a Rambo movie. I have oh no, not Rambo, Rocky kind of a movie. I have never actually watched Rocky. I'm completely mixed. I missed that. It's different generation. I think we can prolong it here a bit. Something along these lines. Cool thing about not having to use lighting system is that you don't have to worry about these things. Like if your meshes are overlapping, who cares? There is no shadow that can be created in between it, which is kind of a advantage and disadvantage. You play IG2 game PC? Probably not. What's that? IGI2. Let's see. It's Covered Strike? That sounds familiar. That looks old. Very old. No man, I have never even heard of it. Sounds like some Counter-Strike copy. 2003 even. Jeez, man, that's old. I have to be honest. I haven't played that many games later. I'd love to, but I'm so busy. I do want to at least make like a live streams playing games to like do like a game design critique and like and really explore that. But yes, busy. Have to do so many stuff to do, and not enough time, as everyone I would suppose. Hey, well, I am working on SuperSword, which is a VR fitness game that my studio is making at the moment. And currently I'm making a new mode that, well, the new mode gameplay-wise is almost done. And I'm making new map for it. So yeah, that's the degree of it. Again, saying guys, if there is anyone interested in playtesting, I'm gonna need some playtesters, so you could sign up. Link in the description. You can join the Discord, and I'm gonna post there when the time will start, when time will be, which will be very likely during next week, probably not this week. So like guys, I'm telling you, you know, just join the Discord and use your quests for something good finally. Do generating for this H slots, there will be hell of a lot of draw calls. Yeah, I'm just gonna all merge it into one mesh. I am not even gonna do lots. Or I could do lots as well, probably. But honestly, this is not gonna be that many draw calls on this. I'm just gonna use this building, nothing else. And I don't use any lighting in my scene, except my own material that's doing its own lighting, so I don't really care. I will have way more performance than I need. Let's see. How do you match them? Do you use match actors? Yep, yeah, that's fine. You can. That one is useful. I mean, you could. I'm probably gonna merge it, and then I'm gonna put it into Blender. Just clean it up a little bit, get rid of unnecessary materials and models, and that's it. Nothing much complicated. No worries, man. And this is really not that much, honestly. If you actually look at it, there's very few polygons. It's gonna be like 30,000 if I'm gonna go crazy. You gotta well, if you get rid of all the things behind it, which is kind of difficult right now. Wait, let me check it out. And I'm gonna have just the inside room, so not the outside room. So it's actually just like this is all flat. This is all flat. It's like so just on this part you have like what? It looks like a lot, but it's what? 16 polygons, 18, something like that. Hello person. Have you made any revenue with your games? It's making some money, but very little. Honestly, not on a sustainable level. I have now hired someone to also handle marketing, and that's something that is being taken care of. It's not just about you know, having a business with games is just very complicated as any business. So it's something being currently worked on. I have made a lot of projects. I have the one that mainly is right now I'm focusing on when it comes to with marketing is Box Tricks, which is I can show you what it is, why not? Which is completely pass-through based VR puzzle game. that people can download, but it's really tough to get people on the quests to play them. It's especially because we are on Uplop and all that. It's basically a Tetris-like based puzzle game where you see your real world around you. So that's how we are working with from the business perspective is that anyone can download it for free. So you can see it under my account right now. So it's I can see it. There we go. You can anyone can download just the game for free, and then in game there is an option to unlock rest of the settings and get a free trial for free. And you have the first version because of the game for free. Because I think it's very fair. I think it's good to give players a chance to try the game and have a chance to decide if they want to buy it or not. Market sometimes very often seems to disagree with me, so who knows, maybe we will need to change that strategy. We will see all that. I do believe it's more fair towards players like this, and we will see. We managed to make that business work. We'll see about that, yeah. But mostly the problem is even to have people look at it and just like reach people who are into that, which is the most difficult part. Because if you look at the actual data, people who try it tend to play for quite a long time, like for I think like 10 or 20, 12 minutes is average playtime for everyone, and we have there a bunch of 2 hours long sessions. So people who like play for people who actually are into it play for long time, very long time, and they play several times in a month or so. But it's very difficult to reach people, even to like basically what you gotta do is to tell people, hey, find this game, and Meta is making it incredibly difficult because there is zero search discovery unless you're on side quest, and even there it's nothing crazy in comparison with like Steam or an App Store. So for example, on the App Store on Oculus Square or not Oculus, on the Google App Stores or the Apple App Store, you have some organic reach where the people can find about your game and download it just by searching for like action game or something. That's not a thing on Quest. So unless you bring people yourself, it's not gonna happen. And that makes it really, really difficult. So you have pretty much zero help with reaching people. So you have to all do that all yourself. And then also you gotta realize that VR users, there's not that many of them quite yet. It's apparently more than 10 million is the estimate, way more probably, but no one is sharing the real numbers. And on Steam, like people usually find the games randomly on Steam. So like random, that recommended by Steam algorithm, because Steam knows what games they like, right? So they just try to find it. The algorithm on Steam recommends it to them, and nothing like that is happening for us on VR. That's a thing. All right. So from what you understood, making a lot of money very quickly is more mobile. Yes and no. I have made a mobile game, and I am thinking about trying some experimental mobile games, but I am just focusing on VR right now. The problem with VR is, yes, it makes probably most money. Now, it definitely does, numbers-wise. Nothing makes as much money as phone games, like by a mile. Even AAA games don't make that much. The problem is that because of that, and because how easy is it to make a mobile game in comparison with VR game or with a PC game, it's way more competitive. There is way more people who are actually making mobile games. So you potentially make there more money, and you have high reach because more people have phones than PC even, which is crazy, but that seems to be the case. But still, because of that, there is much more competition, and also the business platform, a business system that is completely different. Right, when you are making a mobile game, you don't expect to make money by someone buying the game. That's a little bit of the case on the App Store from Apple, but not really on Google Play. Like, everyone expects there to download the game for free and then pay in microtransaction or on watching ads, kind of like on YouTube, which is different system than on a PC or on VR for now. VR is very much forming now, so who knows. bro, what's your name? If you know, and well, thank you for commenting. I'm glad you like it. But Rob, what's if you're Rizvan, are you asking what's my real name or what do you mean? And why did I target Quest about if I know about these issues? I like VR. That's pretty much the main reason. And I do think that VR will become a next huge platform. And I do think we will all end up using VR devices eventually in few years. So I'm just willing to start very early on it. To kind of for a few years maybe not make that much money, and eventually hopefully establish myself in VR enough to actually benefit from it when VR becomes bigger, because I do believe it will. It may not be. It's possible that I'm completely wrong, obviously. And in that case, it will be probably pretty bad. But hey, I know Unreal, I know programming decently enough, so I can always just switch in doing anything else. So does not hurt me. And I can always just be like, okay, I'm too bored from VR. Let's make the mobile game. Let's make the PC game. The skill set for making a good VR game is very similar as making a PC game or the other game. Like, design is universal. There are characteristics for different platforms, but the design by itself is universal. Yeah, that's the reason why I target Quest. UE4 or UE5 for VR. UE4, don't even think about UE5. Depends what you are doing, obviously. Like, if you are just messing around, then probably UE5, so you can kind of experiment. But if you're actually trying to make a product, then UE4. Don't even think about VR, especially if you're making it on mobile platform like Quest, which you should be if you're making VR, because mobile VR market, so Oculus Quest, is thousands times bigger than PC VR market. Max poly count for optimized game. That's a stupid question, honestly. There's no number that you could say. Look at the platform you're developing for, look at the hardware, and the hardware manufacturer will give you recommendation in draw calls. Very rarely in poly count, because poly count is not really determining the performance that much. Can you make tutorial on two-handed pistol grabbing without any expansion pack? Unlikely. That's very simple, so probably not. Just look at how the VR template is set up in Unreal Engine by default, and see how it's set up there. Hi bro, have been watching your videos. How long do I think will be UE4 supported? No idea, honestly. No one really knows. A long time, very long time. And even if it stops being supported, people are still gonna support it unofficially. Like Unreal, so like there will be depositories on GitHub that will just support UE4. It's gonna be a long time, like years. Just the UE. Draw calls. You meant draw calls. Okay, yeah, that's a different question though. That's a different question. Then draw calls. That's again, it very much the answer is similar, because draw calls depends on the platform. So. Sorry, I got distracted now. My brain went away for a bit. But draw calls, you always have to look at manufacturers. So, for example, they will tell you how much they recommend you to use. So, for example, we can ask, right, Oculus Quest to recommended draw calls. I think it's about 250. So yeah, you can look at the Oculus documentation. They are gonna tell you, hey, It's it even tells you a triangle count, which is not really, I wouldn't really trust that. But there you go. So you can pretty much always find it on the manufacturer's website, and 150 is fine. Yeah. 150 is not an issue for pretty much anything. When we finish game for Oculus Store, can we share directly or we should link before we share? What do you mean? When we are finished game for Oculus Store, can we share directly or we should think before we share? I don't know, understand the question. I'm wondering how much do I want to... How big should be this space? I also want to replace it with something better. Probably not ground like this. Let's see, is this just, yeah, it's like 200 polygons, okay. Like first must be beta and release. You can upload it originally. Madden offline and online systems is nice. Man of Maiden? I don't know what it is. Is it like a game? You can immediately release to the published build if you want to. But that's, I mean, it's up to you. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to do it first with some playtesters? If you want to, then yeah, probably gonna release it to a channel that only playtesters have access to. And if not, then just release it to the final one. There is nothing in meta policy that tells you to do that, so it's up to you. But I gotta warn you, once you submit it for quest policy check, it's gonna take a long time before anyone is gonna even look at it. Like, expect at least 2 months before you will be able to publish the game after you support it. So yeah, gotta be prepared for that. It's yeah, honestly, Meta is making me very much consider just quitting the VR market because they are so shitty towards developers. The only company that's shittier towards developers is Apple. That it's just, they're sometimes trying to help, but it seems to make more damage than anything else, and they cause they just make a lot of really stupid decisions. Let's see, do I have here any plane that I could use? I'm just gonna steal this one. Right. Wait, what am I doing? I'm looking for a new actor. Where is new actor? They change it? No. Wait, what am I doing? It should be developer thing, right? Wait, what the hell? I'm going. Or how is it called? Is it called like a palette? No. Place actor. Jesus. All right. Wait, what the hell? Why is it looking differently here? It doesn't make sense. Or maybe is it just colored to green to wrong color? Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. Let's do like 4 of them. Gonna pick it up properly. Get a better resolution. I think this will look a bit different, a bit better. So I want to have like a little bit of a low step down, but not crazy. Let's see, I wanted to originally make it bigger. Am I gonna make it bigger? Sans, hey, how are you doing, man? I'm doing well enough to say the least. So yeah, exists working on SuperSword, our VR fitness game. How are you doing? What are you working on? I kinda like the idea of this going wider even more. Let's try to see if we can fit here another one actually. So wait, which door is the exit? This is entrance, so exit is gonna be this way. Let's just make it a hall for now. I want bigger door. Yes, exactly, thank you. To have even bigger door, just like out of interest. No, just smaller door. Busy with midterms, yeah, I get it. I'm so glad I don't have to be at school anymore. But well, good luck with midterms and finals, apparently. I think YouTube may be blocking you sending messages. So, right, let me post you a link to my Discord. You can join it there, and then share your messages there, because the YouTube is gonna block you from sending messages like this. It should let me send it though. Well, guess what? Alright. There you go. You can send it on the Discord and use that for some private messaging if you want to, in the PMs or whatnot. Okay, all good here. Ianis Longo, hello, how are you doing? How is it going in job? Yeah, doing well enough. I am doing just a part-time job. I'm teaching Unreal, actually. So that's good, that's always fun. Always fun, especially if the students are interested and cool. And then the rest of the time I'm spending on developing games. So yes, good enough. Can't be anything better for that matter. Alright, let's see. I wanna probably just scale it in this distance. Or do I? Oh god, I'm so picky today. Yeah, let's scale it up a little bit. All right. Yeah, for sure. I would, for any online stuff, I would always recommend Epic Online Services by far. It's free. It's easy to implement in Unreal. Nothing better you could choose. I mean, there are other solutions, but I just don't think it's really there is really a better choice. Oh, let's move it a little bit back. What is this spam about? PUBG? What you guys doing? You are talking to me. I'm getting confused. Wait. How are you doing in the job? Yeah, I answered that. But wait, where is saying to implement? What do you mean to implement iOS? I don't really need help implementing iOS. I already did that a few times. Not sure what you talking about, man. Let's see, better to scale it up or better to... Let's try to scale it up and see how it will look. It's like this battle arena from the top down. Gonna be really cool. Yes. Yeah, clean it up in a bit. Not yet. I'm looking, yeah, well. Wait. I don't see so many messages here. Let's see. Ah, okay, gotcha. I have no clue what you're talking about, guys. You're just getting me pretty confused. This may be a little bit too big, actually. I don't want it to be so close to the pillars, and I don't want to move pillars. Around here. Do you make each part of your building as a separate model in Blender? No, this is just a part of a pack that I bought a while back, and I'm just making it together. and I'm gonna then merge it into one model for performance reasons, and then use it in Unreal as one model. But in general, if depends what are you optimizing for. But in general, I would probably keep it more separate if I wasn't so worried about performance, because it's a Quest title. And like Unreal merging tools are really good, so you can always just merge it there. See, do I need to move this? No. And here is it good. No, what's happening here? Ah, that's too big. Sheesh. Right, let's try something around here. Oh, still too big. Tiny bit. I mean, this is more pixel fucking than anything else, to be honest. But hey, someone gotta do it. Gotta pixel fuck sometimes. That's what makes life worth living. Pixel fucking. Yeah, I like this. Jesus, come here. Okay, scale this one tiny bit. I think they're getting somewhere. Look at that. It's the center point. It's a fight arena. Let's scale this back. I'm gonna have to scale it. Oh, that's alright. Let's make sure that it fits then. And it does not. You have noticed a lot of indie VR games don't have the details of a PS2 game. I wonder what do you think? It's kind of like you are rendering a game in 2K for each eye, and also calculating the location for each controllers and head in real time again on a mobile processor that's 4 years old. It's like we are doing really what we can, but there is not much you can do when you are really working literally with a hardware that's on the level of like PlayStation 3 plus having it all in VR headset. Can I say search your game? Not right now. It's we are gonna get there, and I do think that a lot of games can look much better than they do right now on Oculus Quest, and very often it's because not really even because Quest developers don't know what they are doing. Like a lot of them do, but you gotta manage the resources, right? You are having this whole business of making VR games or trying to make a living out of it, and there is very few people buying it. You can't spend time on it. You don't have a funding of a VR studio, like a huge VR studio that they have. And VR dev is expensive because game dev is expensive. Like you can. It takes time to make games. It takes a lot of time to make games, and it takes even more time to make games good. So you kinda gotta pick your battles. You can either try to make gameplay fun and engaging, and really make something a little bit cool and a little bit different, or you gotta spend time making nice looking assets. So for VR, most developers choose gameplay, which makes sense. But there are games that look really good on Quest as well. Like Red Matter, I think, is amazing example of game that looks absolutely stunning. And so generally, yes, it's expensive, and mostly the studios making VR right now are small indie studios. So you can't really expect the same thing that even on PlayStation 2 were normal, because PlayStation 2 games were still made usually by huge studios, and now most VR games, most indie VR games that you see are made by like 1-2 people. So you can't really expect even the same time commitment. It's just, yeah, it's a tough situation because there is not much money. There is zero support from Facebook, or very little support in making it. And huge studios are not making it yet. So VR is in this weird space when it's missing the software and developers. Actually, dealing needs a lot of work with money, which generally indies don't have. Yeah, detailing. Trust me that I sometimes talk with and just know the indie developers who make VR games, same as I try to make, and everyone would love to make better and more detailed games, but it's just not possible if you want to actually make money with it and make it sustainable. Because also you can like just let's say that you are lucky and you make the game in 6 months. That's like if you are super lucky, you can make it well. You have everything planned, nothing much changes. You manage to do it in 6 months, and then like every year or so, new headset comes out, and then the bar for making it looking nice is raised again. So like all your time you spent, all your effort that you spent in making it look good on the previous headset is nothing right now. So what you gonna do now? So you can try to focus on gameplay, right? Where you know that it's gonna be fun on the other headset as well, and not compete on the. In general, usually you don't want to compete on graphics. Graphics is really not a good market to try to compete, because there is always gonna be someone who can outcompete you. That's not a good battle to pick up. I would always recommend, especially to indies, more trying to do a VR. Wait, Jesus, my brain flashback. Trying to do stylized stuff, kind of like I'm doing here with most hand painted, very huge shapes, specific things. Like I can show you actually how the game looks like more like stuff like this that have a style, have a specific vibe to it, rather than trying to make it the most detailed you can, because people are gonna outcompete you, and you gotta stay competitive to make a good game, to make money with your game. It's more accurate. I'm a modeler, and I think Nanite will make the pipeline easier to work solo. Possibly. Nevertheless, pipeline is not Nanite is hard to use for PC game. Maybe usable for VR PC, unusable for any mobile devices. And something else, I have been studying UE4 for several nows, and is it worth switching to UE5, or is it better to stay with UE4? It depends what you are doing. If you tell me a bit more about your context, I can maybe give you a better opinion. If you are in the middle of the project, I mean, you can make a copy and try to move it into the different project, which I probably could. You can try it, right? But I would probably just stay with 4. and finish the project, and then for the new project try to switch to a Unreal 5. But yeah, 5 is still not really bugless, and it has depends what you want. It really depends what you want. If you are just learning and not making any serious project, then yeah, you don't care. You can just use whatever you want, because if your whole project gets fucked up, you don't care. If you're actually trying to make a game, then that's a different topic. Okay, I'll probably just bring it closer. Should I just raise this one higher? Let's see how it will look. You know, never know until we try. Unreal 5 has deprecated user input setting. I know. I think it's bad decision, very likely, but they decided to do that, yeah. And it causes a bunch of bugs. Do UE5 tutorials work for UE4, or are they? No, it's the same thing. It's the exactly same thing. Like there are some specific things that you click on and UI changed, but how the engine works and how the plugins and everything works is pretty much completely same. And yes, Unreal 5 got rid of navigation, which arguably no one was really using. Because the navigation is really cool, but it never really works. So it caused usually more problems than anything. And like it has some performance boost, but honestly, learn C++ is kind of a thing, which I'm saying more to myself than to you guys. I should get better at C++ and using it more often than Blueprints. I mean, there is a really good workflow between C++ and Blueprints. It's not like use one or other. They work very well in combination. But yes, navigation is not gonna be a thing anymore since Unreal Engine 5, which is a thing. I think Valorant tried to use it, but made crashes. Yeah, exactly. It's just, I think I watched that talk as well. It's yeah, no, don't. It's I used it even on some project actually. I did use it on some projects, and it gets you like, let's say 10% if you're super lucky, but it's probably not worth it from all the headaches you are gonna get from it. I'm thinking about moving this back even. How could we do that? How about we just added here a layer? Yeah, let's restructure this. Newer venture of ChatGPT would help with coding. ChatGPT helps with coding already. I use it when developing and trying to figure out some feature that I just can't get it. It knows blueprints. You can use it without an issue. I even have I made my own assistant to work directly to GPT server to OpenAI servers. I'm gonna maybe make a video about it. I mean, I made a video about making a real AI, which is close to it, but yeah, I'm gonna maybe do that as well. Make a video directly about it. Alright, let's delete this first. Yeah, how about we just left it like this, honestly? How does it look? don't know. Probably not a fan. Also, it should be on the center. What the hell? Or maybe actually not. Maybe it adds bit more randomness to it when it's not on the center. Now when I think about it, which is nice to break the pattern. Because usually I feel like a lot of people make that mistake with level design. I do make that mistakes a lot. Definitely to try to make things too symmetrical. You gotta break that symmetry sometimes to give it more life. And sometimes you have to make it symmetrical. It's really about the balance. We're gonna fix this in a bit. I wonder. Alright. Maybe newer. My friend uses ChatGPT to write his homework assignments. Yeah, for sure. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you use it? It's starting to be stupid not to use ChatGPT for stupid assignments. Emojis are getting my chat blocked here. I did smiley face and blocked my comment. Okay, that's weird. I am gonna see. I don't wanna maybe spend too much time on it right now, but I can check some quickly. There is some setting that I have to just change. Wait, let me see. Is there like some police setting, or it's probably gonna be in global settings, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't see here any quick change in settings. So it's probably gonna be somewhere deep in the Bluetooth, in the YouTube settings, and I don't wanna dig through that now. I'm gonna try to change it for next stream. Shouldn't. Let's see. Can I post emojis? Yeah, I can post emojis, I think. Yeah, mine is fine. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure it out for the next stream. All right. So let's see. What's the difference here between having it? I would maybe try to honestly move all of it. I don't know. This is tough. I could try to move it back, but I really like the Let's see about V. Yeah, honestly, I kind of like just this variation and just maybe getting rid of this. And keeping there the higher one, or maybe getting rid of... No, let's keep there the higher one. I kind of like this. This kind of keeps it more open. Let's see. But what if I... What do you think, guys? Would you put here like a space similar to this? It's just here on the side. Let's see. So I can just do an experiment. But let me know, so I would love to hear your thoughts. So I could do just something higher and here. So just small space in here. Can you do precise snapping so there is no gaps? Yeah, sure, I could do. Are you asking what is my stream time? Or is it all by the eye? I'm doing everything by the eye, but because I don't really care about precision right now. But it could be done. Yeah, you can just enable snapping here. Oh, I have rotation snapping on, but I don't have this snapping. I could just switch it on. Yeah, right, that's a bit too much apparently. 1000 units, let's do like 50 units. I could just use it to precise snapping. Like I said, I don't really use it, but it's possible. Yeah, exactly. Could try just something like this. Have there a small bulk space right close to the window. Maybe raise the window a little bit higher later as well. Just like imagine player is up here and it's just a small space. Yeah, I like this. Can I? Of course, I was. Yeah, you can get my opinion, obviously. Right. So go ahead. What's your project idea? Let's maybe try to match it so it's next to each other. I'm using NDA to share screen via so friends can watch movie and YouTube videos, for example. Okay. But I want the world therein to be slowly built over time. Okay, gotcha. What you thinking? To have quests and small adventures so they can get done questing, they can sit down and relax. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Like a tavern, like a thing, or like a bar where you, like a small pub maybe is better talk about it. I like that idea. Hey, why is that not matching? What's happening here? It's not fitting very much actually. Let's just put it down. Yeah, I like that idea. It's difficult to say how viable is it. That I'm starting a vault on a vehicle that flies around a small. Okay, gotcha. I have some thoughts maybe, but let's maybe finish first and then I can tell you what I'm thinking. What if I just keep on raising it up? Yeah, it's probably a better idea. start simple, no complex programming. Want the screen sharing first. Yeah, that makes sense. There are few ways how I can think of to making the screen sharing work for you and your friends. Okay, that's I think the most important thing. Yeah. I would be a bit worried if you try to make it into commercial product, because that's something that a lot of people will try to do. Like hanging out in VR is what many companies will try to do. But if you're mainly interested for to make it for your friends, then for sure I would do that. And then maybe if you wanna try to start doing it as a business, and that's always an option. How to make that screen sharing though? You should be able to just import the browser. So Unreal has like a dedicated browser in widget, so I would probably explore that. That should work on Android as well. So since you are streaming the video directly, I would probably do that separately and just sync the inputs to the video. So like video will separately download from to each of the devices, but not into like the mass server. Just to each of the hosts separately, and just the signals for pausing or rewinding or things like that would be sent to the server. Is what I would probably do. So that is a browser in Unreal Engine that you can put into a widget, and you can navigate it like to YouTube and sign in and all that things. So I would explore that. I think that's probably what will get you there, because you can just use that for YouTube searching and things like this. But now, how the hell are they gonna get there? I can put there like a ladder or something. NDA has bridge that allows you to share the desktop. I mean, yeah, you can do you can share the whole actual desktop if you want to, but I'm saying that it should be relatively easy if you want to get into that. To literally use a in-game browser to search on the internet. Which could be easier way to handle it, because then you are just literally on the internet, so you can search for any device and any platform that you want. Could be easier, but it's mostly up to you what exactly you want to achieve. I would look into it at least, just see if it's viable. If it's not, then like nothing wrong, right? You can just always experiment and see. Let's try. That's it. It starts around here. Actually, I like that more. And I'm just changing my mind all the time today, but that's fine. That's how it is with level design very often. Just got to try things, see how they are, and then change them. Right. I won't have to rely on external. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can also rely on the external plugins as well. So there are plugins that will make the browser even more useful. But you can just use the browser that exists in Unreal. You don't have to rely on any external plugins. I do paint, but more for relaxation, never for actually getting concept art. I do usually just have a reference. This is my reference. This is what I do. Literally the only thing. Find a picture or something that I like to have as a point, and then try to make it. Don't really combine with anything special. could probably do that, but for me, I'm pretty comfortable with Unreal and with tools directly. So, and it's not like I'm gonna probably make the models if I don't have them. I don't have currently like a 3D artist or anything to share this with. So, for me, it's easier to just sketch it directly and then see how it goes. It's like for me, this is a variant of concept art. I'm practically just sketching it in real time with actual models. So I'm just skipping that step. Yeah, exactly. So now we have AI concept art as well. So for me, it would be the equivalent of like finding finding a picture like this somewhere, or generate it with DALL-E or Open or Stable Diffusion. How about, what if I try to just prolong it? Let's try to sketch in here. Just make like a small stairs here. Ah, there it was. Come back. That's not small. That's small. I mean, player is never gonna actually come here, so I don't need this to be super precise. Yeah, this is nice. Do I have better fans here? Oh, look at that. This is nice. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is starting to shape up quite nicely. What's the time? Oh, it's almost 9. I wanted to make a tea. I guess I won't. Well, I can make tea, but not the black one. Oh no, I will die. I will likely die. Okay, I'm gonna have a break for a bit. Luckily, not a breakdown, but just a break. So I'm gonna put a pause here. Still, I'm gonna keep the stream on, so anyone who is here can stay here. And I'm gonna be back in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe. Bye, back. Right, see ya soon. Hello, hello, hello! I'm back! Look at that! Yes, I am indeed. Alright, anyone still here? Anyone wanna say hi? I'm gonna put on some question in chat now. So, let's see, we can put here some question. What are you working on? Let's do it specifically. What game are you working on? Alright, we got that. And let's get back to work. I am with it mostly pretty happy. Let's just rework a tiny bit this. I would ideally like to get just basically this bottom, just this part without the front. It's like unnecessary for me, but it's just few polygons, so I don't really care probably. So let's just maybe get rid of these and move it all down. And I think at that point we can just try to merge it together, see how we are doing performance wise. Hello, Carpathan. I hope I now actually didn't ask you before. I was chatting with you this whole time. I didn't ask you how to pronounce your name. Is it Carpathan or Forest? Or should I just call you Forest? That's probably easiest. Hello man, how are you doing? Within those 15 minutes that I was gone, any changed states? Alright, let's clean this up. Alright, then forest is probably easiest, just to pronounce it. I usually also let people just call me Fancy whenever they ask, because my real name is usually very difficult to pronounce for people as native English speakers. And you finished your video scene. Oh, very cool. If you wanna upload it to like something and wanna show it to me, I would or to the whole chat or whoever is watching, would love to see that. If you can share it on like a ArtStation or just some sharing stuff. Yeah, exactly. I would love to. We gotta just figure out how it works with sharing it, because we can share just links. So let me see. I posted a while back a chat to the link to the Discord, so let me just just post it again, hopefully. Nah, because there's 2 Discord servers, right? I got one for studio, for games, and then I have my own Discord for like YouTube and stuff. So I don't want to mix them up too much. So I'm gonna share a link for that, and you can join and possibly share your scene, because I've got to figure out how to do this stuff better, because you can't really share links here on YouTube, so you gotta share it on Discord. Just in general chat or wherever. Alright, let's just try to put this lower. Oh, you are already in the server. Okay, cool. like in the YouTube one that's called Fancy's Game Dev Club, or in Campai Raptor? I have too many servers on the game. Yeah, tell me about it. I have also a lot of them. If you are in the Fancy's Game Dev Club, which is the one I am talking about, that's the YouTube, this one, I really gotta organize it better. Then just share the link into general help, or well, probably not general help, just either spam or show me what you got. That's actually a good channel to show to share it with, so maybe other people are gonna check it out as well. Fancy Game Dev, very cool, perfect. Then share it into show me what you got channel, please. It's in the showcase. Got exactly channel for that, so people can share cool stuff they are working on. I can check it out. Or in the spam if you posted already, that's alright. Was it in the spam one, right? This thing, let's see. Oh, Warhammer. I haven't gotten into Warhammer yet. I would love to get into Warhammer, but it's such a huge universe. We gotta do some Warhammer research streams just so I can get into it, because it sounds like a world that I really want to get into, because I'm really into like deep lore fantasy worlds, but Warhammer has been always out of my radar so far. I like that, yeah, looks pretty nice. I would maybe add some emission around these so they don't stick out that much, and hide them a little bit, but it definitely, I think that you have a really nice eye for a composition. Can sign in, at least to like it. There we go, very nice. I like this. This is a nice effect though. I'm surprised you actually modeled it. I would usually just do a particle effect or something like that. Yeah, I would believe that. It's a lot of practice. You can do a lot of this stuff. Well, you can always add it. And you can just add it in Photoshop as well. It's probably easier, or in whatever 2D software you use after that. Like this. Very cool. Good job. Keep that on. Yeah, wait, not this. I think that we can soon try to merge it and see what it's gonna give us. Cheers. Right. Let's just fix my mic here. There we go. All right. Let's see, are we gonna do here 3 layers or just 2 layers? Let's try 3 layers, how it's gonna look like, and then we can decide. Oh, there's so many materials, so many unnecessary materials. It's usually, you can usually tell when people know a bit about optimization, they don't know anything, depending on how they set up their materials in the asset packs. That's usually pretty dead giveaway. Let's see. It's 3 like this. Maybe I would honestly probably just scale it up and do 2. Oh, I'm not sure. Just something like this, and scale it up. A small, simple. I have learned that it's better to work smart. I try to do rocket propulsion and muzzle flash with real sim. Yeah, it is, but it is a lot of a headache. A small, simple approach was 20 minutes long and resulted nice. Exactly, like it's really about making yourself work smarter and not harder. I mean, you gotta work hard and smart, I think, but but still, it's the more you can accomplish in the short period of time, the better off you are, because obviously you get more done, and that's pretty important. So absolutely, I'm with you there. It's like with, especially I see it a lot with 3D artists, that like it's really like, yes, you can absolutely model every single particle effect and explosion, not a problem. But you could also just add it within like 1 minute in Photoshop as an emissive of the on the end. So kind of like, yeah, you managed to do that, but at what cost? What did it cost? Everything. And especially if you are making an illustration, you don't care, right? You care only about the pretty picture. It's different when you are actually, when it actually matters what your result is, but that's usually not the case with illustrations. Like pretty much never. Nobody will care that you worked for the bone to get the result. They only care about the result and to make sure that it's the least painful way. Exactly, absolutely. And if you get more results faster, then why wouldn't you do that, right? It's pretty obvious. God. Can I do it globally, please? No. Could I? I don't know why Unreal does that sometimes, but it's so messy. Just rescales them separately. In Blender, it's pretty easy. You can just set some nice which pivot point it's supposed to be using, but in Unreal it's so messy. Just rescales them part by part, and I don't know if it's possible to switch it off. I don't think so. Very stupid. Alright, I just wanted to fix these materials anyway. And you know what, I'm gonna probably just make them myself. It's gonna be easier. Okay, let's start here. Now let's start here and here. These two corners. I would say for the prototyping in your C, don't focus in details. McLeod block is in. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. I am not focusing on details. And where the hell did my floor disappear to? Or did it just look like it disappeared too? No, it's actually disappeared. Can I have to fix it later? That's why I like to work with. I have this like huge library of bunch of asset packs that I use for blocking out everything, and it usually ends up as a actual result. And then just keep on working details later. And it's also because I know how all the technical process as well. It's easier for me to do all of that kind of at once, because I have done it many times rather than having to rely on anyone else in the team. It makes sense. Maybe slow it down. Yeah. I know. I think we all get stuck pixel fucking. It's very normal for artists to get stuck pixel fucking. It's in the nature. Because you just wanna make this one piece perfect, and it doesn't matter, but it's fine. My stage, there is a Nintendo nostalgia scene, but in Blender I modeled so much detail that it never got. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's true. That's very true. That's also why I am like here. Like, okay, this is overlapping and this is shitty, but I don't care because it's never gonna end. The player is never gonna see that. He's gonna be standing here, not able to move, and droids are gonna be flying towards him. So I don't care. And it really the only one who like no one really cares because. You literally are just wasting time. Let me check out your scene. Yeah. So what are you in general trying to do? Are you trying to get better at 3D modeling? Yeah. I never played Nintendo games. It's in the country where I'm from, Czech Republic. Nintendo was never really a thing. That looks pretty nice actually. I like the focal point here. It's like nicely separated. Is it rendered in Blender or in Unreal? It's probably in Blender, right? Yeah. Looks nice. So what are you generally trying to do? Are you trying to be a concept artist or like a illustration artist, or are you trying to just get better at 3D modeling? Or what's the goal here? In Blender, yeah. You have no idea. Okay. Well, that's one way to do it. Alright, so the material we are looking for is a wood. Alright, not this one. That's nice. The why I am putting all these materials on it is because the moment I merge it, it's gonna set all this into a one material, hopefully. If everything goes right. Alright, very cool. Wait, what is there is, I don't want this window. Very cool. Now one is gonna be looking up outside, so it's all good. You want to make games, but I got stuck in 3D part for too long. I have even started sculpting characters now. Well, that's a hole that you can never get out of. Careful there. Could actually genuinely get stuck there. Okay, yeah, this should be good. And the lowest one, what's this? Oh, let's keep it there. I could actually use snapping this time, just don't look, guys. Just still believe that I'm doing everything by hand. Yeah, that's the thing, that like the snapping is cool, but it does not actually snap to the surface. It usually snaps to like specified unit, which is kind of useless. Is that a surface snapping? Yeah, I can set surface snapping too, but no, wait. Maybe I have to separate them. No. How the hell does it work? No, I have no clue. Never mind. I'm just gonna do it by hand. You know what, let's not actually try to rotate it. Let's just... oh, come on. Why does it disappear when I press? It should be fine. Hello? I want to select all three and change it on all of them. Why the hell doesn't it let me? Now that's Z. That's X. Of course, it's always the last one. Whatever the situation, it's always the last one. Why can't I just start with the last one? Okay, how are we doing with the distance? No, it's off. Let's try to match it. How is it here? Okay. Around here, I believe. Yep. Alright, now let's see what to do with this. No, I mean, that's almost there. Let's just kind of fake it here. The programming is what stops me. It's difficult. I guess it can be. You can see that. I think Unreal really makes it much easier with blueprints, especially if you're a visually oriented person. I have made a bunch of tutorials for just making a full game. So if you want to follow something that I did, you could try that, or you can find other tutorials online. I think that it's worth learning. Like, if you really dedicate yourself to that and spend a few months, like to say, like, okay, now I'm gonna spend a month really learning it, and it will be done, and it will happen. You will get really good at it within like if you really spend like 3 months, let's say, actually learning how to properly program and making your own stuff, you will get really good at it. Well, not really good, but you will be able to make your stuff, which is what mostly people care about. So I think for a lot of people, it's the other way around. They feel like 3D modeling is too difficult. So it's always like, you just, it's always feels like the other grass is greener. But I have done both. I have been freelancing as a 3D modeler for a few years, and then I am also now programming, and I'm teaching programming with Unreal. So it feels like, honestly, it's about the same. It requires different skill set, but the difficulty is about the same. And you have been using the, wait, what? I don't have to deal with that yet. That's nice. VR expansion plugin is really nice and really difficult to use. So that may be actually one of the reasons why it's difficult for you. So if you are, I would never recommend anyone to start with VR, honestly. I just don't think that's generally, like, when learning to programming or learning game development, don't start with VR. It's unnecessarily complicated. Unless you are like really obsessed with VR and really want to make VR work, then you are just making it more difficult for yourself. I would recommend learn the basics and then do VR, because there is not much difference. Like, the VR is more difficult than non-VR programming. I do think so. That's probably for the beginner, I guess. Once you know what you are doing, not really, but to understand it, it's probably easier when you have instant feedback. Because with VR, it's also annoying where you always have to put the headset on and put the headset off, and that slows you down and demotivates you, which you don't want as a beginner. Always gotta really optimize it for learning as much as you can. So I would probably just not start with VR. Yeah, well, if you really like it, I am the same way. If you really do like it and really want to do it, absolutely do it. Just letting you know that you are probably making it for yourself a bit more difficult than you have to. But hey, if you want to do that, props to you, and like, good luck. And I do think VR is really cool. Obviously, I'm doing VR all the time, and I'm trying to make VR games. Well, I'm making VR games, suppose. So yeah, I do understand that appeal. I think it's really good. But yeah, you gotta be aware that it's difficult. I started using Blender when it was 242 many years ago. I'm experiencing a painful learning process. Yeah, that's very old. Jesus. I don't mean you. I mean the Blender. Yeah, I started like with like as with many people with 2.8. 2.4, 2.8 was that huge new version, right? Yeah, I think it was 2.8. So I had it relatively easy, and luckily I did 3D modeling before that as well. Though I used 3ds Max, Maya, a little bit of Cinema 4D. Have experience with all of them. But I really like the Blender most, by far. Blender is really cool, since 2.8. Before the 2.79 was so messy, and like right click, why would you use right click? That was so stupid. But yeah, Blender by itself, Blender right now is a really cool software, and I really like it. Right click to select. Yeah. Well, that's the weird. That's the weird part. It should not be default. It's Blender is the only software that's decided that's gonna be a thing. It's so weird for anyone else. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do this site separately. I know that it's like it for Blender, default Blender users, but it's so weird for anyone else. It's like, why? Why would you do that to yourself? Used to it so much that it annoyed everyone when I showed them Blender. I agree now. It was yeah, it is weird design choice. You still use 2.79? Wow. That's weird. That's weird. I have never heard anyone since 2.8 that uses 2.79. It was such a nice step. But I suppose that, yeah, if you're so used to it, then it's easier for you. And also, Blender had such a surge in popularity after 2.8. I did some Blender tutorials as well a while back. I actually did before Unreal. I did the Blender tutorials. Actually started with that. I don't think that many people know that. Here on YouTube, it's pretty bad. They shouldn't. I mean, I did what was what I could, but those weren't great tutorials. Let's say it's one of the first videos I made here. I kind of like this. Uh, 3.4 software, but oh, okay, now I gotcha. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes more sense. Have you experimented with geometry nodes? Those are really cool. I've seen some people making really cool stuff with that. I have fooled around a little bit with Houdini, so I have some idea how it's supposed to be. Oh, look at that, first try. But yeah, Blender, like the geometry nodes for procedural generation and just universal coding looks very cool. I hope there will be some plugin that will let me, well, there should be some Blender UV plugin, but also just plugin that will let me directly work with UV with nodes from with geometry nodes from Blender and use them directly to do procedural generation with within Unreal. there is some serious potential there. I want to give it a go, but I'm stuck in hand modeling approach. All the habits I had. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Only way to get good is to be bad at something first. Absolutely. I think that's a really good rule set to live by. Yeah, this is really, you gotta suck first before you get good. And the faster you can get from I mean, I don't think even it's important to get from the suck stage, because the suck stage is gonna keep on moving with you, right? Whatever you, however good you are, you still feel like you suck. I think that's normal. It's more about as fast as you kind of have to learn how to enjoy the suck stage. You kind of gotta be like, okay, yes, I suck, and I accept that. No. Well, it's difficult to explain, but I think that people who get it do get it. It's really more like you kind of enjoy the process itself, not necessarily the fact of getting like, I don't know, it's difficult. You gotta really enjoy the development and the process itself rather than the process of having finished product. Otherwise, you're gonna probably not stick around for long enough to finish it, which usually is bad. I think I'd say having a humble ego helps for sure. Yeah, of course. If you like go in something with a feeling like I'm gonna be best in the world, then it depends on people. I don't know. It's difficult, because I would agree that for a lot of people it would be like, okay, yeah, you are gonna quit before you actually get good. But for some people, you know, there is a lot of different kinds of people. For some people, it actually maybe really works when they need that push, being like, okay, yes, I'm gonna show all of you, and they actually that fact of itself and that ego they have pushes them through endless hours of work. So I don't wanna wait, I'm missing some things here. I do think that some people are really like that, and they just will work better if they have this insane odds against them. So it's difficult always to say like, yeah, no, you should never do that. No, that's not true. There are people who are actually better off with huge egos, and actually they can accomplish more with that. So it's always like, do what works for you specifically, I suppose. And you know thyself is the old wisdom. That if it works, it doesn't hurt anybody. Exactly. Yeah. I would 100% agree with that. As long as you're not hurting anybody, if it do you. I think that's a very good approach. Let's try to merge all these metals. We have this column decoration. Is that the same one? No. Oh, it's not gonna work. Yeah, that sucks. But I mean, I can probably make it work later. Alright, let's try to merge it and see what we will end up with. I kind of like this scene. I think this is pretty cool. Wait, do I have, no, I wanted to put these things on the sides as well. What's the point of making a VR level when PC VR is dead? It doesn't look like you can use these assets directly for mobile VR either. You are completely wrong. Completely wrong. This is for mobile VR. And PC VR, I wouldn't say is completely dead. So yes, there are games that are purely PC VR and are sustainable, but I would still not recommend making PC VR game, just to be clear. It's very much smaller market. Nevertheless, this is for Oculus Quest game. And it's not too many materials draw calls, not even close. It's just that people don't know how to work with them. When I was younger, I was far more impatient and quit making characters after my first attempt because I was bad on the game. To character 8 months ago, with a visor head, sit down and made some progress. Yeah, that's so true. It's absolutely agree with that. I have similar story with painting that I tend to. Right now, I really enjoy painting, and I use it more for relaxing than anything else. But I used to immediately always throw things away and stop painting and drawing, and that kept me from making progress because I was like, okay, this doesn't look good. I don't want to do it. It's shitty. But it's really about like, hey, dude, you haven't even tried enough. Are you going to cover optimization? Tons of your meshes have 2 or more materials, and you already have 1000 plus 500 static meshes. What are you talking about? I don't. I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this object, and it could be just It could be all just pulled away. It doesn't have to be shown at the screen at the same time. And there is maybe altogether like 15 materials if I'm gonna be extreme. So that should be more than enough. Let's see. I'm just about to merge it, so we will see. And also, just between us, I am running the game at 90 FPS, not even at 72. So there is really a lot of space I could go with. You are right that the draw calls are something that we need to keep watch on, but it's not like there is that many draw calls to link. To 15 materials doesn't matter unless you match those meshes into half complete buildings. Yeah, it depends on the game, correct? But this isn't really no, it will run. It will be optimized. Dude, I think that I know a thing or two about optimizing for Quest. I have made a bunch of games and really did some serious research into this. No, they are not yet, at least. These are just models being put together. This is all part of the workflow. Jesus, guys. It must feel great seeing your work. It's really cool, yeah. It's I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where you are like, you are staring at it for so many thousands of hours and hundreds and thousands of hours, and you're like, okay, I just want to get this shit out, rather than feeling appreciative about the work. You're like, okay, I want this shit out. You even have the exact same material separate. Yes, exactly. I have it as the same material. That means when it branches, it will when it gets merged, it will be put into one material. That's the reason why it's the same material. 3D printed a spaceship. I was prototyping. Yeah, that's something I would really love to get into. Like a 3D printing. Just imagine having a character from your game and model from your game actually seeing in real life. There is a magic that exist for that is for real life objects that you don't see with digital, and since we usually all work as like digital artists and don't see the objects come to life that much, it's really magical to see it. Even just having a painting and printing it out, it's so cool. It's so incredibly cool. Really adds it completely different look than just a renderer. Yeah, for sure. Just you make your scene, print it out, and and have it like that. Or even if you want to do the fuck, I forgot what I want to say. Yeah, if you have like if you are making a short film or a movie, literally put it on the flash drive and play it on TV or play it on the projector. It adds so much to it. It's amazing. Yeah, for sure. I love seeing my family playing the games, especially if they really enjoy it. And luckily, the games that I make are usually very casual friendly. I don't really make very complicated games because, especially for VR, you can't really make complicated games quite yet because there is not a huge enough audience. And so my family usually also do get it, and they're like, "Oh, this is really cool." Or why is it cool? It's so cool. It's amazing. It's a very, very cool feeling. Absolutely. And you can see them appreciate it, or anyone for that matter. Geez, I wish Unreal had better selection tools, because this is very annoying. Just some global selection would be really nice. Especially since my whole family and most of my friends as well are completely non-gamers. It's very different perspective and look at it, because you're like, oh, these people have no clue. The fast moving from shaded to wireframe and viewpoints is not as quick as Blender. Yeah, it's a bit messy. I mean, you can use shortcuts, which don't work right now apparently, but there are shortcuts that switch between them as well. But yeah, it's not really a quick movement thing. Blender is much quicker to work with, for sure. As for like modeling work. There are 3D modeling tools. Any chance that I have actually selected all of them now? There are some like 3D modeling tools, but I tried working with them. It's generally pretty bad. Alright, let me see. I actually may have already have them. That would be cool. Alright, let me see. Oh no, there are some pillars. Right here. Look like yeah, it's like a speedrunning meme. Exactly. Okay, some pillars here. Sheesh, all these small objects. Very annoying. Should have done a better job naming it before that. Would have probably sped up my workflow. There are some models I will have to get rid of, but I can do that later. Alright, any chance that's it? It's very... No, there is still this. Yay! This is still by far very light scene. Move what you have selected up to by 100. Yeah, but if I do that, it's gonna set it universally for all of them. So it's gonna set the... So it's not gonna move it as a group, but it's gonna... that would be great, but it's gonna select it as a group. It's gonna select them individually and set all of them at the same height. So this whole shape is gonna mess up. I would have to switch it to group and then ungroup, which is similarly annoying, honestly. On the snapping grip, what do you mean? Ah, I'll see, that's what you mean. Okay, that could actually work. That's a good idea. Let's see. So, wait, it's not snapping very much. No, I don't think it's... Oh wait, I have to actually enable snapping, right? Okay. Let's hope it's not gonna mess it up too much. Let's do like 3. 1, 2, 3. And I have here some stuff here. Ah, okay. Ah, that's still messy. I'm gonna just do it by hand. To do. Yeah, no, that's what I did right now. It's not really. It's not really what I'm looking for. I think I'm almost there. A few more. Okay. You can add the smaller ones later. Yeah, I think this is mostly it. Let me see. Some details, but anything actually missing here that would have to be added? Oh well, except the floor here, which constantly keeps missing. I would have bet on this me already selecting it. That's weird. I think this is good. Except those two pillars. Alright, come on, last one, I bet. Yeah, it's fine, I'm almost done. Feel like I've said it today already a few times. Oh, that's what she said. I feel bad. Yeah, these are just small things. But hey, it's worth it if the level ends up looking good, hey? That's what we got to keep reminding ourselves. Okay, yeah, I think this is good. Let's try to merge it now and save everything. And really hope that Unreal doesn't crash. That would have been quite annoying, not gonna lie. Okay, now just making sure to set the merging properly. Yeah. It should let me merge materials as well. I can unventing level. Yeah, that's fine. I have to set the specific lot 0. Can I merge materials without merging texture? It should be fine. And I can just set it all into like one 4096 texture. But I should be able to merge it even without merging the texture. I don't even want normal map, I just want base color. Let's actually first see what it will do if I don't merge materials. I wanna see. Alright, let's try this. You wanna put it just here, it's fine. I'm gonna delete all this. Not need. Okay, jeez, it's fine. Stop bothering me. Right, let's call it dojo. Mesh. I remember working on a ship in Blender, accidentally set a parameter too high. It used, oh Jesus, yeah, 64 gigabytes of memory. Yeah, I know, that sucks. I feel that, it sucks. I luckily use version control for the actual project, but not here. Alright, there we go. We have 12 materials, not even that much. Nothing should be duplicated. and we can merge it all a little bit more later. So that's 75k verticals. It's still way more. Oh, that's even only 60k triangles. That's pretty good. It looks nice. I can optimize it a bit later if I need to. I think this looks pretty decent. Can get rid of some of these materials later. It's like I did it too. Okay, yeah, it's 1 hour. Well, in million crash that never. I know. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. That's all. That really does suck. Okay. Still feel like we have here some materials that are not necessarily needed, but we can now put it in Blender and see about that. Let's see, how does it look if I just take it like 60? Almost no visual difference, and I have optimized it by 60%. Very nice. I really love working with this, but this is a method that I have pretty much figured out myself, and it's really good way how to make scenes for your cheap low-end platforms. Look at that. This whole thing is 30,000 triangles right now. I could have like 4 of them next to each other and Quest wouldn't even complain. Very cool. What idea are you going for in this game? It's a VR fitness game. So the main idea, let me show you, is basically people who are into exercising and into fitness. Oh jeez, why Oculus so shitty? Explain, please. Wow, they don't even let us on the official store. It sucks. Jesus, it's so bad. These are old game modes, but it's basically exercising in VR. I'm gonna, towards the end of the stream, which is gonna be pretty soon, in like 30 minutes or so, show you how it looks like in VR as well. And it's basically you have a lot of fast movements and use it to burn a bunch of calories in a fun way. So I'm gonna also add there approximate calories counting and all this funny stuff. Hello Panda. I have been working with Yui for past 2 years and your tutorials are hard to miss, of course. Well, I'm trying. I'm glad I stumbled upon your channel and your live stream. Personal express my gratitude. Thank you very much, sir. That's very nice to hear. And Forrest, I'm glad you like that idea. Thank you. And let's see, actually, we have now good working mesh. So this is nice. We don't need to do anything much else. But let's also try to merge it into one texture map. If you're gonna be super lucky, it's gonna also work. Very likely it's not, but hey, let's keep the hope high. So let's first move this. Very good. Make sure that we got everything here fine. Oh, it didn't import materials, which has no reason why it shouldn't, but it didn't. Let's try to find them. It's like, yeah, of course, merging was successful, except it wasn't. Jesus. Alright, I can move materials later, so that's fine. Let's try to merge this into a one texture map and hope. Alright. I want to... Is there other setting that I can do? No. Merge actors, and we wanna like do dojo test. Let's see. Oh no, this is gonna be tough battle. Let's meanwhile check if it actually just if it at least moved our materials and just didn't set them, or if it didn't move them at all. I don't think it moved them at all. Yeah, that's annoying. And he told me it was successful. Goddamn liar. I can just move them manually, that's fine. Let's first see if this works. it won't, but I don't wanna skip the opportunity if it does. Aye aye. You gotta go. Okay, sure, no problem, man. I'm glad you keep on going with your art, and I'm gonna quit the stream in a few minutes anyway. Honestly, I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. That's a while. My record probably. So cool. See you next time. I'm streaming always on Monday and probably during the week as well. See ya, man. Have a good evening, or whatever day time zone you have. Oh, did we get stuck here? I would not be surprised. All right. This is gonna take a while. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. This is gonna be mostly just loading and then a bunch of shader work. So we're gonna end with that. I'm gonna do some of it offline and then I'm gonna be done for today, I think. So yep, that's about it. Probably gonna go for now. This is gonna load and I have nothing to do. Like I said, 3.5 hours stream today. That's nice. Thank you for everyone who was here, and gonna end it in here. So bye bye guys, have a good one.